The biggest myth about LGBTQ plus inclusion.
The biggest myth about LGBT people is that whatever we are doing, we are very loud and we are very emotional and we are very drama queen. We are over the top. The thing is, we are not that. In childhood, there was a lot of trauma which has happened. For we are someone who were, not acknowledged. We were ignored. So whatever we are doing is the response to our trauma.
Talk to us about any powerful story of a particular transformation after somebody has hugged someone, or what kind of emotional positivity that has triggered in them, and maybe one positive story or couple of them, whichever you feel like. Okay.
There was this woman, who was being beaten by her husband, for 32 years, because the woman husband is in fact is alcoholic. So for 32 years he has been hitting her, and now her sons are also alcoholic and hitting her. So when she came to our show, she felt comfortable, a safe psychological space, and for the first time she started talking about it. So she started living for herself. She went to Zumba classes, she joined ISKCON, she went to PETA. So the idea is the pain is still there, but she started living for herself. She started to draw boundaries. Hey, you can't treat me like that because I can't move out of the house. But it is such a relief to share this for the first time that I've been beaten up black and blue for last 32 years, and now she's very active. So what Hugging Club helps you is that it focuses and tells you that you are more than your mental illness.
Now, talk to us about the first moment someone made you feel like you truly belong somewhere.
In my early days, where I met India's first gay activist called Ashok Kavi, early days in my early 90s, where I met people, and he told me that I can be myself. I was sitting in a very informal position. He said, Umang, if you want to sit cross-legged, it's fine. You are not a girl if you sit cross-legged. You don't have to fake that you like Madhuri Dixit. You can tell that you like Anil Kapoor and Jackie Shroff. That is where I thought that I belong here. I don't have to hide that मुझे cricket pasand hai. I can say that I like fashion show and I like a sari. That's where I felt that I can be myself.
So, folks, you have tuned into TGV, and hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series, the world's only quadrilingual podcast at this moment of recording. And we are trying to embark into multiple languages as we speak. And here we embark on transformative conversations for a better future. And we want to simplify and amplify your journey to success. I'm your host, Naveen Samala, dedicated to making the world a better place by bringing you wisdom through valuable discussions with experts designed to simplify and amplify your success. And thank you so much for tuning in. So, folks, we are joined by the most energetic person I have ever met, Umang Sheth. He is the founder of the Hugging Club of India, and it is a pioneering emotional wellness movement that is redefining how India talks about healing as well as connection. And through hugs, empathy, and emotional storytelling, Umang has helped thousands transform pain into purpose, creating safe spaces in workplaces, schools, and communities across India. So, Umang, hearty welcome to the Guiding Voice podcast series. How are you doing today?
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you. Your energy is infectious. Thank you so much for a lovely introduction. And you are doing a fantastic work. It's a privilege to be over here. Thank you.
Most welcome, Umang, and thank you once again for being part of our journey. And the folks, why I'm saying once again, because we have already hosted Umang Sheth on our Hindi podcast, TGV Hindi, episode number 147. Of course, we have covered a little different topic over there, and today we are going to discuss something else. So let us hear from Umang itself. Umang, first things first, why should somebody tune into our podcast today?
They should, because we all are going through something in life. We all are somewhere struggling in our life. And we are scared that whom should we tell, not tell. Everybody is fighting a battle. So if we can make life little easier for somebody, if we can share something, then the life will be little easier. We don't judge them. We are sometimes scared, okay, how do we talk to somebody? He's such a big shot. We are in awe of them. But if we understand that he's also a human being and he's also going through something, then we can be kind. The idea is, can we be kind to someone and understand that besides his anger and whatever is it, there is something going in his life. So can we be kinder to someone?
Superb. So, folks, Umang has been instrumental in driving inclusivity, and he has been working on many mental wellness initiatives which are really helping people recover from pain, recover from so many things that they are going through. So today we are going to have an interesting conversation on the topic at hand, from gay Bombay to the boardroom, building belonging everywhere. But before we get into our topic at hand, here is an exciting twist. As always, let us tickle our guest brain first. So, Uman, get ready for a rapid fire round of random words. I'm going to mention a few, and I would love to hear the first thing that comes to your mind in response without thinking much. And if you're ready, let's get started.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, my first word is curiosity.
Bermuda Triangle.
Wow. Invention.
A machine to find out your mental illness.
Future.
Future can innovative.
Universe.
Universe is listening to you always.
Leadership.
Building people.
Success.
Success is 360-degree, not just money. 360-degree.
Love.
Love is infectious. Spread it.
Life.
Life is the biggest lesson. Learn from it.
Book.
Best teacher.
Aliens.
Would love to meet and hug them.
since you mentioned about since you mentioned about hug is my last word.
Hug. Uh, feeling of being understood, heard.
Feeling of being understood. Wow, I love it. I love all the responses,
Thank you.
Umang, as always. Like you have that particular knack and the ability wherein you'll make people think with your responses and all. And I thoroughly enjoyed first rapid fire round. There is one more rapid fire round towards the end of the episode. Stay tuned. And
Sure.
Umang, before we get started, I would like to thank Dr. Aninda Sidana once again for connecting both of us. And thank you once again for being part of our journey, Umang. And it is an honor to have you. And thank you for being with us on our English show as well. And most importantly, thank you for being part of our mission in shaping the careers and lives of millions across the globe. So let's get the ball rolling. And
I also would like to thank Aninda. Thank you. I would also want to thank you. And you make me very comfortable so I can open up and shout and be energetic. So the credit goes to you too.
all right, feeling is mutual. So let's get let's get the ball rolling and
Sure.
talk to us about who is your guiding voice.
My guiding voice is my brother, My brother is someone who became like a father figure to me, because my parents had mental illness and he's the someone who took the role of my father. And I all I he's so nice and kind. I asked him once, I told him, my brother, once, okay, I wish you could come as my father in my next birth. And he replied, why not, why next birth, why not this birth?
Wow, wow, so inspiring, so inspiring. And Umang, also
Yeah.
share your success mantra with us, as in top three things that have contributed to your success so far.
So one of the thing is, sometimes, life is so funny. Sometimes when there is a lot of hardship, I come from a family which was dysfunctional. My mother had schizophrenia. Everything was unusual, at home. There was no structure. So I can do a lot of unusual thing right now. I don't have to worry about trying to fit in. I can do lot of unusual things for the first time. So because my childhood was unusual, I can do a lot of unusual. So that is one of the factor. Secondly, I being gay, different, you become very progressive and liberal, you know. You are more open to new ideas, new views. So my sexuality of being different gave me uh, a knowledge and insight that things can be different, things can be changed, to be more accepting of other people, to be more progressive. And the third is, because of my parents' mental illness, because of my sexuality, the idea is to have a lot of empathy. to talk to everybody with lot of empathy, to be kind. And these are the three things which has helped me to grow and reach where I am right now.
Right. Absolutely great. And Umang, from Gay Bombay to Hugging Club of India, where did your real journey actually begin?
Oh, my real journey began when, I was discriminated, bullied, and I realized that besides me, being gay was all about sex, 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 and I realized that there has to be something more, I am more. And that's where I started thinking, okay, I'm a human first, then these labels like gay, whatever, lesbian and all. And that's where my journey started to that there has to be more. It may not be the stereotype where the media shows that it is Bobby Darling or it is effeminate. There has to be more. And that's where I started going and talking to people, creating spaces and telling that if we keep sex aside, can we talk of something else? That's where my journey started. And same happened with mental illness. We all, with my parents' illness, I started talking about it, and people came and talked because there has to, there has to be. We have to bring our real self. We talk about diabetes. We are not talking about depression. So my journey started to be more authentic and bring my full self. I don't have to hide that I'm taking a pill today or I like pink color. You know, just be authentic.
Awesome. Awesome. So it always is a pleasure to talk to you because you're very open and whatever you talk, right? You talk from your heart, and that is something emotionally heart touching to me as well. And Umang, let's move forward and
Thank you.
talk to us about that moment when you realized that creating safe spaces wasn't optional but essential.
Sure. So in my early days of gay Bombay, where I was inviting people to people's home, safe spaces, there is one story about this guy who came to our event and he found really safe. He was a very well educated neurosurgeon, and he, with all his education and all that, he was scared. He was pressurized to get married and he was leading a dual life with all his education. He still thought that this is abnormal or weird or mental illness. After he came to our safe spaces, he gathered the courage to go home and break his engagement and not get married, come out to his mother and say that, I am gay and you have to accept me. I can't change. I don't want to go for aversion therapy, this is what I am. And he could be himself. He wanted to wear tight clothes, colorful clothes, but under the image of a successful surgeon, he has to always be clinical and formal and all. And he changed his profession from a surgeon to a dancer. He always wanted to be a dancer, but he was not living his true life. He was leading a dual life, and it was taking a toll of his mental health. So I realized that here is where people can be themselves and not hide and, not lead a fake life. You have a life where you want to live to the fullest. If you keep, curbing yourself, then it's going to create problems. So that's why I realized that this is not a space, it's a culture where you can change lives.
Wow, wow. And again, the story is heart touching. Thank you for sharing that. Now, my next question
Thank
is,
you.
what is the difference between a space that looks safer on the surface and a space that feels safe in your bones?
Oh, lovely, lovely, brilliant question. With all these Pride Month, on the surface, we are DEI, we are inclusive, there are posters and Pride events. They are very, very cosmetic. But when you want to feel, it has to be emotional. It is a, it is structured, okay, it is inclusive. We will do this event, we will talk about it, bring lectures, bring in policies. That's all surface. But a space where I can come and tell that I had a hard day, I feel like crying. Where I can bring my complete self. I don't have to leave my other thing outside the office door, where I'm not scared about, my voice, my people judging me, where I can, where I can just be myself, where I can open up and share and not worry what people are thinking about me. Where I can cry and not worry what you are thinking, where I can make mistakes. So that is where a space where I can be myself. Others is just cosmetic.
Okay, so we spoke about Surgeon's story, and he was living his duality and then became a dancer. Now, talk to us about the first moment someone made you feel like you truly belong somewhere.
In my early days, where I met India's first gay activist called Ashok Kavi, early days in my early 90s, where I met people, and he told me that I can be myself. I don't have to, matlab, I was sitting in a very informal position. This is a story which I still remember. He said, Umang, if you want to sit cross leg, it's fine. You are not a girl if you sit cross leg, You don't have to fake that you like Madhuri Dixit. You can tell that you like Anil Kapoor and Jackie Shroff, That is where I thought that I belong here. I don't have to hide that mujhe cricket pasand hai. I can say that I like fashion show and I like a sari, That's where I felt that I can be myself.
Okay, got it. And how has your journey across LGBTQ plus support groups shaped what you now bring to the corporate DI work?
Okay. So, you see, the what I've learned through my experience of LGBT in Gay Bombay and Hugging Club of India and Mr. and Mr. What I bring to the corporate is a journey from unfamiliarity to advocacy. From familiarity comes comfort. From comfort comes respect, and with respect comes advocacy. So you need to make people familiar, with LGBT terms, stories, experiences, and questions that it is natural, if you can't change. After familiar, you make them comfort with training sessions, uh, calling volunteers for reverse mentoring, sensitization. Once you become bring comfort, you bring respect, you bring anti-discrimination policies, you take part in pride, you bring insurance policies for same-sex partners, you bring policy to change your sex. So that brings a lot of respect. And then when you bring this respect, you can then come to advocacy. You can tell your vendors you need to be LGBT friendly. You can write to government, submit white papers. So every corporate has to go from a journey from unfamiliarity to advocacy. And it is in their interest, because if you give me a sense of belonging, I will work with a sense of ownership.
I love it. If you give me sense of belonging, I work with a sense of ownership. That is very, very intriguing. Very, very intriguing. And Umang, when it comes to DEI, the diversity, equity, and inclusion, many corporates think about ticking the box as if we have to define some policies, training sessions, etc. But what do you think are the corporates really missing in reality?
What corporates are missing in reality is that person wants to come out and feel respected, feel understood, feel like I belong here. Just policies and all is just on the paper. What they are missing out is creating a space where I can come and tell you that I am having a hard day, I am bullied, or my boyfriend broke up with me, or I have anxiety and I need a leave. A space where I can connect with, where I'm not going to be judged. So they are missing to have that kind of culture. Where I can, if my neighbor is talking about his girlfriend, I can talk about my boyfriend. Right? I want that feeling. It's a feeling of belonging, that I will not be raised eyebrows if I can bring my boyfriend to the office party. That is the feeling that corporate is missing out.
Let us move forward and talk about the science part, right? What does science say about the power of physical touch and also emotional validation? And the reason for this question is you have founded this the Hugging Club of India, HCI, which is again creating a lot of positive environment, positive vibes in the society. So hug plays a vital role. So talk to us about this from the science perspective.
Yeah. So, these two are very much required, emotional validation and hugging, because they are like bonding system, for our, for our body, for example, when you touch somebody, put a tap on the shoulder, a warm handshake, it releases oxytocin, it is called a bonding hormone, and it lowers stress, anxiety. It slows down heart rate and tells the nervous system that you are safe, you are fine. So this is very, very important. It gives you a release, kind of a thing, that I am fine, I am okay, Similarly, when somebody validates your feeling, that I hear you, you are fine, what you are saying is makes sense, it all rewires your brain, you are always in a fight and flight mode, but when somebody validates you, you are in a trust mode, oh, I can trust this person, I don't have to fight or flight from here, so is that you are understood. When somebody validates you, they understood. So, and these two are very important for psychological safety. When I'm creating safe space, a psychological safety is very, very important. So a touch and validation are very powerful psychological tools which is required, because it heals your mind, and it is as good as therapy, so they are both are very important.
Right. Got it. And my next question is about, again, related to the Hugging Club of India and the kind of transformation that you have brought in the society. Can you talk to us about any powerful story of a particular transformation after somebody has hugged someone, or what kind of emotional positivity that has triggered in them, and maybe one positive story or couple of them, whichever you feel like. Okay.
Okay. So there was this woman, who was being beaten by her husband, for 32 years, because the woman husband is in fact is alcoholic, So for 32 years he has been hitting her, and now her sons are also alcoholic and hitting her. So when she came to our show, she felt comfortable, a safe psychological space, and for the first time she started talking about it to the world, that I'm in a domestic violence for last 32 years. And she came, she took help, went to a doctor, and from being a victim, she led to a path of victory, that I can't keep blaming my husband and my kids and my situation and my fate. I have to take control of my life. So she started living for herself. She went to Zumba classes, she joined ISKCON, she went to PETA, so the idea is the pain is still there, but she started living for herself. She started to draw boundaries. Hey, you can't treat me like that because I can't move out of the house. But it is such a relief to share this for the first time, that I've been beaten up black and blue for last 32 years. And now she's very active. Now she's a part of Eleanor, and she goes and speaks as a stager with Alcoholic Anonymous. So what I realized, that when you see people with mental illness, no, you only see the mental illness. You don't see a bigger picture. He has talent. He's a singer. He's a good husband. He's very good in sports. So what Hugging Club helps you is that it focuses and tells you that you are more than your mental illness. I remember one guy who was in chemsex, he was having sex with drugs, for so many years he was having that. And he came and told that I want to get out of this. I'm in huge debt. I am stealing money. I have kept my house on mortgage. I need help. So this is the first time he came forward that I want to get out of this. And we helped him with medicine, therapy. And even when he kind of relapse, we were there, because your healing is not linear, it will be up and down, kind of a thing. So these are these stories where people have for the first time come, taken help, and bounced back.
Right. Yeah. Great stories. And I'm sure I'm sure you must be having so many stories, right? So one thing about the kind of work that you're doing, right? I think it gives you a lot of inner satisfaction when you bring that particular positivity in people when they feel they're almost lost and all, right? So that is the great part. And moving ahead, Umang, vulnerability, right, is often misunderstood as weakness, right? How can we reframe it as strength, especially in workplaces as well as schools?
The vulnerability, we have living examples, I shared. People always feel that if I say that I'm in debt or I have mental illness or I am addicted to alcohol or whatever, I am divorced or I am lonely, what will other people think, We have biggest examples, Amitabh Bachchan knocking Yash Chopra's house that I'm in huge debt, I need help, give me a role. Right? It is vulnerability. Sushmita Sen calling up Amazon and Netflix. Kids, last 8 years, I don't have any work. Give me work. Nina Gupta writing on social media, I don't have any work. Give me work. It takes so much courage. Vulnerability is courage. It's not a weakness. And it is inspiring. If he can ask for help, then why can't I? There's nothing to lose. And if I ask for help, I will inspire so many other people to ask for help. And it's a temporary. It is not me. It's a phase of my life. It doesn't define me. If I am in a debt today, it's just a phase of my life that my situation is in debt. I am not bad. My situation is bad.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. All the examples are really great. And I think there is nothing wrong in openly asking for help. And in case if you are going through some tough times and all, that's absolutely acceptable. That's the message. Thank you so much. And Umang, this has been an incredible and most insightful conversation. And it's time for us to add some more spice and some more excitement to the episode, which means it brings us to
Sure.
the rapid fire round number two. So, shall we get started?
Definitely. I'm also enjoying. Thank you for being a wonderful, engaging host.
Most welcome. And Umang, if you could have one gigantic billboard anywhere with anything on it, what would it say?
Your happiness is your responsibility. Don't depend on others.
Hmm. Love it. And can you describe yourself in just one word?
Change enabler.
Change enabler. Okay. And a hug you will never forget.
I remember my brother hugging me when I had failed in my exam, He did not judge me that I have failed. He just hugged me. He's like, it's okay. It's a part of life, We can try again. So he just hugged me and no judgment, nothing, no dip in any love. In fact, increase in love. So that's what I will never forget. My brother hugging me.
Kudos to your brother. And
Yeah.
Umang, share with us one book that changed your outlook on life.
It is Simon Sinek's book called Start with Why, because it's very important that why, what is my purpose of my life? What am I doing? All these are just names, advertising, speaker and all, but why? What is it that I am doing it? So why, how and what? That is something changed my life. Simon Sinek book Start with Why.
Yeah, I too love that book. It is one of my all-time favorites. And moving to the next one, if you could hug one historical figure, who would it be?
She's no more, but I would love to hug Mother Teresa. I would love to get that kind of energy to pick a leper from the street and bring home, bathe, wash her. That takes so much courage and willpower and no discrimination. I would like to hug her to get that kind of energy and compassion.
Right. And yeah, Mother Teresa is a great inspiration. And you know, I want to give one trivia here. Actually, her actual name is Mary Teresa Bojakshu.
Yes, yes.
All right. So moving to the next one, the biggest myth about LGBTQ plus inclusion.
The biggest myth about LGBT people is that whatever we are doing, we are very loud and we are very emotional and we are very drama queen, We are over the top, The thing is, we are not that. In childhood, there was a lot of trauma which has happened, For we are someone who were, not acknowledged. We were ignored. So whatever we are doing is the response to our trauma. We are not emotional or drama queen. This is our way of dealing with what has happened in our past. So for you, something happened to you, somebody says something to you, you're okay, but we may react in a different way because of our past trauma. So we are not drama queens. This is that what has happened with us earlier.
And Umang, what you wish every CEO understood about safe spaces?
Every CEO should understand about safe spaces. Is I want to say it again what I said, which is very powerful, is that creating a safe space is in your interest, because you are giving a space where I can come, or any person, your employee can come completely. I can, if my voice is feminine, if my gestures are girly, if my clothes are whatever, I can be myself. If I am being myself, I don't have to hide my sexuality. That energy is not going in hiding, it going in productivity. So if I have a good idea, I will talk. I will not worry that how is my voice and gesture. So it is in your interest and your company's interest, because we community have a lot of creativity. So we will speak up. So again, that I'll sum up that if you give me a sense of belonging, I'll work with a sense of ownership. It is in your interest. And if you give that, you are you are bringing a lot of Gen Z to your company, because Gen Z is looking at all these LGBT friendly and how progressive the company is. So you are going to attract more clients and ideas and Gen Z.
Right. Superb. Superb. Again, as mentioned earlier, it is very powerful. And here comes the last one for the second rapid fire round. What is one electronic gadget or a fantasy gadget that you'd like to see or invent yourself?
Uh, I think one historic gadget is if you can uh, look, come to the front of people and give them happiness. A gadget where you go inside and you become happy. Because so many people are suffering. Like, there is oxygen mask. If there can be a happiness studio or happiness machine where somebody can go and become happy.
Wow. Wow. Happiness studio or happiness machine. I love it. I wish that becomes true. And after that amazing second rapid fire round, let's flip back to the mainstream. So, Umang, what is one thing someone listening to this episode or watching this episode can do today to make their space safer for at least one person?
What a lovely question and need of the hour. Thank you so much. Even if you're one employee, or 100, you can make a safe space by being authentic. Can you tell them and share them that, hey, I have anxiety, or I'm going through a tough time with my wife, or I am scared to meet that client, I'm worried that how will I pay the next month's salary. If you can show your vulnerability and be authentic, I am safe to tell about myself that I am gay, or I have a marriage pressure at home, or I have depression. So share. If you become vulnerable and create that space and be authentic, you are inspiring me. You are creating that space that I can also be my true self.
Share your story. Amazing. So, I enjoyed talking to you and thank you once again for being part of our show. And it has been an amazing conversation as always, Umang. Thank you once again. And how is your experience being hosted on our English podcast?
Lovely, lovely. You are so encouraging. When I answer, you smile and you nod with me. So that is a validation I need, which you are giving me. Thank you so much. And you are so much interested in this topic. You want to bring a change, make impact. So you have taken this unconventional topic also of mental health and LGBT. So I salute your desire to make a difference. Thank you. I really enjoyed being myself. I can be myself here.
Most welcome, Umang, and looking forward to having many more interactions in future. And I wish you and the entire team that you're working with all the best, all the very best in everything that you guys are doing. So continue the great work. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. You too. Keep bringing change, making a difference, and making this world a happier place. All the best to you, Naveen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All the best. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So, friends, that was our episode with Umang Sheth. And before we jump into the fun trivia section, we have a quick request in case if you haven't already subscribed to our platform, please subscribe from wherever you're tuned in. Also, if you have enjoyed the conversation and found it useful, request you to share with at least three of your friends or colleagues or family members, whoever you think might like the guiding voice. So spread the knowledge and help others grow just like you. Now it's time for us to cruise into the trivia segment. So having an amazing conversation with Umang Sheth, who is the founder of the Hugging Club of India, I thought of presenting you few lesser known facts about hugs. The first fact is about, did you know that a 20-second hug releases oxytocin, which is also known as the love hormone, and it reduces stress and also boosts happiness. So remember, next time if you're hugging, hug for a minimum of 20 seconds. All right. And the second and the last fact for today is the Guinness World Record for the most hugs in 1 hour is 2,436, and it was achieved by Nick Vujicic in 2010. You must be knowing about Nick. He's the Australian motivational speaker and truly inspirational personality. And he has proved that hugs can truly change lives. So, likewise, if you are aware of any other techniques which are going to release stress and which are going to help people overcome pain, do let us know. And also, if you are aware of any change enabler like Umang Sheth, do let us know about them as well. We would love to feature them on our podcast. And friends, here is another announcement. Recently, we have launched our sixth podcast from the House of the Guiding Voice. So, the Guiding Voice is available in 6 languages now. Apart from English, we are now also available in Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, Marathi, and Gujarati. And stay tuned. We are able to launch in many more languages. So, keep showering your love. So, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and also for being part of our awesome TGV family. So, until next time, take care, stay inspired, and remember, the best is yet to come. Goodbye for now. See you all in the next episode with another amazing guest. Take care. Love you all. Bye bye.